Hi, and welcome to Grandma's Good News Stories. Today I'm going to read you a book from a series of books called Little Lights. Today's story is a true story. It's about a man named Hudson Taylor. And the story is called Could Somebody Pass the Salt? It says the true story of Hudson Taylor and a bowl of soup. And this series of books is written by Catherine Mackenzie. Let's get started. Hudson Taylor lived in a little English village with his father, his mother, and his two sisters. They lived in a time when you traveled by coach and horses to get to places, and it took you ever so long to get anywhere. He was not allowed to speak at the dinner table. He had to be quiet. He wasn't allowed to raise his hand at the dinner table. Hudson had to sit still. He wasn't allowed to whistle or wiggle or do anything but eat. And Hudson couldn't eat as he hadn't been given any soup. So Hudson just sat and listened. His father was talking about China. In that country, there were big rivers, high mountains, and wonderful people with long flowing cloaks and jet black hair. Even the men wear their hair in braids, his father exclaimed, and the women have very tiny feet. Hudson's father told them about how the Chinese were very clever and had made wonderful inventions. You can see amazing animals there, breathtaking scenery, and beautiful plants, but they don't have any Bibles. Hudson's father sighed. Who is going to tell the Chinese people about God? He asked. Hudson didn't know the answer to that question, and besides, he was still waiting for his soup. Just then, he had an idea. I am allowed to ask for salt, Hudson remembered. When he asked for it, his mother looked at his empty plate and gasped. Quickly, she ran to the kitchen to fetch him some soup. Just as he finished the soup, he remembered something. Hudson remembered that the Chinese people didn't have any Bibles. How will they find out about God if they don't have Bibles? Hudson wondered. Someone would have to bring the Bibles to them, he decided. Many years later, Hudson was walking down a busy Chinese street. His short blonde hair was now long and black. His smart English suit had been replaced by a beautiful Chinese robe. It was market day, and the town was very busy. There were lots of people and lots of animals, and Hudson had a job to do. He bowed politely to an old man on the corner of the street and sat down to speak to him about Jesus. The old man's eyes shone, and he smiled when he heard that God loved him. Before he left, Hudson handed him some paper with beautiful Chinese writing on it. The old man could now read about Jesus for himself. It is amazing, thought Hudson. When I was little, I worried about not getting my soup. But so many Chinese people have not heard about Jesus. That is something very sad indeed. I hope things will change soon. Hudson walked back through the market. Other people needed to know about Jesus too. That's the story. And if you want to learn more about Hudson Taylor and all that he did as a follower of Jesus in the country of China, you can look it up. God bless you. Have a great day.